What's up, everybody? I am BK, BKBangers.com. Welcome to another video. Today's video, I am touching on the update to the new MPC 2.2 software. As far as the update is concerned, we have some cool little updates. These notes. So they updated the MIDI function, and that was a plus for me. Why is this 2.2? We need the 2.1. I mean, it's saying 2.21. Yeah, I think that's what it is. 2.21. So where is it? There, it's pre-met for the Ableton Push 1 and 2. The Arturia Keylab, Korg, the M Audio, and Native Instrument stuff. And you're now able to assign your cue links to, if you have a MIDI keyboard, such as a, any MIDI keyboard that you may have, you're able to adjust the cue links from that. So that was cool. The best thing about it, though, for me, though, is that we're able now to drag and drop MIDI function. We always were able to do it, but when you try to do it before, it would automatically send it to the first unused sequence. That's where it would send it. So for instance, if you had something already going in sequence 1 and you wanted to drag a MIDI file onto sequence 1, it wouldn't do that. At least for me, I wasn't having that. I seen some people comment that they were able to do it. All you had to do was choose. I didn't have that. So I guess I had a bugged issue of the software, but that's solved now. The only other thing that I think that Akai needs to do is update the MIDI routing. When I say MIDI routing, those videos that I did in the past of Instachord and Scalar, I had to use a third-party VST like bridge in order to use it. So in order, when I say to update it, I mean so we don't have to use a third-party plugin. We just be able to route Scalar to Omnisphere or Nexus or Massive or any instrument that we use, right? I think that would be cool. So that's it really for the update. I'm gonna get in depth with a little bit more of the features a little later. The other thing that I want to show you guys is Capo. I call it Capo. The software pronounces it as Capo. If you guys are not under a rug somewhere under a rock, you've been seeing all these random tweets and messages that Kanye West has been providing for the rest of the universe, really. If you follow him on Twitter, it's a lot of self-centeredness surrounding a lot of the tweets. But if you read them, there's a lot of gems, inside of them. He's from that era where even though he's on the other side currently, there's a lot of gems because he's from that school. So he'll give us some gems, and if you're from that cloth, you'll pick up. But I'm not here to talk about his ranting and his raving. What I'm here to talk about is this Capo, right? I've done a video in the past about this, the functions. We're currently now on 3.5 point something. It's like 3.58 is what we're currently on. And I mean, I didn't miss anything with all the other ones. I don't know what people was talking about because it was working fine for me. But to each his own. So I'm gonna play this freestyle that Kanye did, but I have it pitched up. Well, I have it sped up, and I'm going to pitch it also. So therefore, the YouTube gods won't get me. So I'm gonna play this for you in case you haven't heard it. Oh man, I had it in the wrong section.
See, I say what they say when the mic is off. Parents are strippers, strip kids in their confidence. Teach white dominance, question your common sense. See, I've been washed in tradition and I'm a rinse. Hopped off the I'm a star and made I'm a god. It's always a lituation when I'm involved.
Alright, so I'm gonna pitch it to something more. Alright, so I think that's better. So now I have this pitch. What I can do is go in here and move this around the frequency range to get it to remove some of that background noise. I'm gonna turn the isolation off. Let me move this down so y'all can see it a little bit. Right, so y'all should be able to see this now. What I'd like to see them add is a loop function. I don't think there's any loop functions.
Hopped off the I'm a star and made I'm a god. It's always a lituation when I'm involved. It's always a lituation when I'm involved. See, I say what they say when the mic is off. Parents are strippers, strip kids in their confidence. Parents are strippers, strip kids, teach white dominance, question your common sense. See, I've been washed in tradition and I'm a rinse. Hopped off the I'm a star.
So if you wanted to just get the bass, you could get that. You know, Kanye's out the picture. You could just go ahead and grab the bass and sample from that. I mean, it's there, but you throw a high pass filter over that and it's completely gone. Right? So, but we want the vocals, right?
Teach white dominance, question your common sense. See, I've been watching. Hopped off the I'm a star and made I'm a god. It's always a lituation when I'm involved. See, I say what they say when the mic is off.
So see, I'm able to get the majority of that synth that's playing in the background because the kind of microphone that they were using, it picked up the whole room. So I'm trying to get as much of it out as I can. So we have that. So I'm gonna work with that. So y'all get the picture. You gotta either use the pan, you could make it more wide, and you're able to get it by isolating those sounds and move the frequency range, and you're able to actually capture it. The other neat thing about this tool is that you can capture the chords. Now, being that this was, I really want the acapella for this. This is the reason why I did this. But this is a plus. I'm able to also capture the chords that's playing from that synth in the background of Kanye. And you can also come in here and make minor adjustments. Right? You can make those adjustments. I'm gonna undo that because I don't need that. So those are the chords that are being played. You can also change the instrument type to like maybe a mandolin. Right? You could change it to the standard tuning. It has a couple different tuning options. You could change the fret. You could change the display to just the chord names, or you could turn it off. But to me, that makes no sense. So I'll leave it on the boxes, and that's pretty much it. It tells you what time signature this is in, and currently it's saying that it's a 3/4. It's saying that it's a 3/4. It has a metronome that you could add. It tells you the tempo. It says it's a 3/4 beat, so we're gonna have some technical difficulties with that, being that it's a 3/4 rather than a 4/4. Let me see the original. I'm going to now close this so it don't make no confusions. Save. I'm going to export the song from what I just did. I'll export it. Kanye chords. So now I have that audio file exporting. The next thing I'm gonna do is, I gotta wait for it to export. But the next thing I'll do is export the chords. And I'm gonna show y'all why. Really quick and brief. And now I'm gonna export the chords. Kanye, lit, B minor, 107. What was it? 107 something. It was 107 something, but yeah. Oh, actually, it's 160. It's 160.7. All right, so now we have that, right? Quit this. We have those chords. This is the Kanye lit. All right, yeah, boom. So I'll drag it right directly into. Oh, where'd it go? It didn't do it. All right, that's interesting. All right, so now we have the chords. It changes it to 160. To 60. I'm not sure why it does that. There's no instruments currently here. I'm going to go ahead and play an instrument. I'm gonna add a plugin. Shout out to MG the Future. Yesterday he uploaded a video and he was showcasing these plugins from the Clever brand, right? It's not Clever. The pronunciation of their name is a little weird. It's Clev Grand. Clev Grand. So this is their synth sphere. What's unique about this is that you'll never really get the same sound twice. Like you'll never get two snowflakes that are alike. It's a little weird that way. So this is the lush strings. So that was 160.7. All right, so these chords right here, what I'd like for Akai to do is to add the split tool. Like if you go to the audio, this scissor tool right here, I'd like to see that in the MIDI section as well. Not just in the audio tool. So I want these to come back here. The next thing I do is I want to show you guys the humanize. It's a little, you know, you could humanize the length. You could humanize the velocity. You could humanize the amount of the time. I'll leave that on 30 actually. And I think that's it. So I'm gonna apply that. And as you can see, it just changed in the background. I'm gonna close this. So the other thing that you can do is you can generate random events, and that was in B minor, right? It was B minor. We'll just put natural minor and apply. So what that did was it randomized it. But we don't really want that. We want these chords. So the other thing you can do is you can copy the track to a new track. You can go to that track, and then you can copy the plugin. You could duplicate the plugin, right? So now you got two instances of the same plugin. But what you do on the second one is that you make some adjustments. So I know there's a synth in here, or a setting right here. It's called lo-fi flutter, right? The other thing is that it has stems, right? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different stems or arms. And depending on where you center this, it takes percentage from each extension, right? So we'll work with that right quick. The other thing you can do, right? You could go ahead, since you have that sound that you want to work with, and we're doing sound, you know, creation from the start, from the scratch, sound design. You could go ahead and send this to a sub mix. Send each of those instruments to their own sub mix bus. And I'm going to add this something else. The DAW cassette. I'm gonna add that. This is also from Clef Grand. So the tape quality, you know, it adds to the sound. Now the metal, I'm not hearing the actual sound though. There we go. When you have it off, the Dolby off, is the more distortedness you get, or hiss. So we got that going. The other thing I'm gonna add real quick, I'm gonna add a halftime on this bad boy. Where is it? So you got that going. The next thing you could do, you could go ahead and bring in that Kanye. Where is it? Today. So you could drag this in. So I hope this is still recording. I had some technical difficulties, so I had to stop what I was doing, come back, and I'm gonna show you what I got so far. So this is the Kanye vocals. Right, and this is with the this is with everything. Mute these drums. Now the vocals are off time, but it's okay to be off time with the vocals because all we really need is the we just needed the chords. So I could go ahead and mute those chords, and then I'll add these drums and you'll see what it is. That's pretty much it, y'all. I just wanted to share with y'all the usage of Capo. Like, this is not the best example. I actually did this like 3 or 4 times. The best example, I can't show it because all the plugins I was using, the CPU usage is killing the screen capture software. So there's no way for me to actually show that. So I actually had to redo this and dumb it down a little bit. I hope you guys picked up something from it. Again, if you don't got Capo, go out and get it. If you're a Mac user, PC guy, sorry, but it's only on Mac currently, so it's on the App Store. The MPC 2.0 software is available for everyone. You do not need to own any Akai controllers or any MPC. You could go ahead and purchase that from Akai Pro. And that's pretty much it, y'all. So do remember that music is life. It is our DNA. Keep banging. Peace, love, light. Till next time. Any comments or concerns or questions, post it up in the comment box, and I'll do my best to get to you when I can get to you. Alright, peace. Peace.